The principles of justice in Islam. Justice is a central concept in Islam, and it is considered one of the most important pillars of Islamic society. The Quran and Hadith, the two primary sources of Islamic law and guidance, emphasize the importance of justice and provide detailed principles for how it should be applied. Quranic principles of justice. Fairness and equality. The Quran repeatedly stresses the importance of fairness and equality in all aspects of life. It states that all people are equal in the eyes of God and should be treated with respect and dignity, regardless of their social status, gender, or race. Equity and compassion. While Islam emphasizes equality, it also recognizes the need for equity, which means giving each person what they deserve based on their individual circumstances. This includes providing special assistance to those who are less fortunate, such as the poor, the orphans, and the widows. Due process and fair trials. The Quran guarantees the right to a fair trial for all individuals. This means that everyone is entitled to a hearing before an impartial judge, who will weigh the evidence and make a just decision. Protection of property and rights. Islamic law protects the right to property and personal security. It prohibits theft, fraud, and other forms of violence or coercion. It also protects the rights of individuals, such as the right to freedom of speech and religion. The Hadith, the sayings and actions of the Prophet Muhammad, provide further guidance on the principles of justice. Some of the key principles include upholding the truth and combating falsehood. The Prophet Muhammad emphasized the importance of speaking the truth and rejecting falsehood. He taught that justice requires honesty and integrity in all matters. Refraining from bias and prejudice. The Prophet Muhammad warned against prejudice and bias in judging others. He stressed that people should be judged based on their actions and merits, not on their race, gender, or social status. Compassion and forgiveness. The Prophet Muhammad was known for his compassion and forgiveness. He taught that justice should be tempered with mercy and understanding. Reconciliation and mediation. The Prophet Muhammad encouraged reconciliation and mediation in resolving disputes. He believed that these methods were more effective than resorting to violence or harsh punishments. Application of justice in Islamic society. The principles of justice have been applied in various aspects of Islamic society, including legal system. Islamic law, known as Sharia, is based on the Quran and Hadith. It provides a comprehensive framework for justice, covering areas such as criminal law, civil law, and family law. Government and governance. Just governance is considered a fundamental aspect of Islamic society. Islamic rulers are tasked with upholding justice and protecting the rights of their citizens. Social interactions. The principles of justice are reflected in everyday interactions between individuals and communities. Muslims are encouraged to treat each other with respect, compassion, and fairness. Case studies of justice in Islamic law. The concept of qisas, retribution. In criminal law, Islamic law follows the principle of qisas, which means that the punishment for a crime should be proportional to the crime committed. This ensures that the punishment is fair and just, and that the offender is held accountable for their actions. For example, if a person kills another person, they would be punished with the death penalty. However, if the victim's family forgives the offender, the punishment can be reduced or waived. The concept of daya, blood money. In civil law, Islamic law allows for the payment of daya, which is a form of compensation for harm or damage caused to an individual. This ensures that individuals are given fair and just compensation for any harm or damage caused to them. For example, if a person accidentally kills another person, they would have to pay daya to the victim's family. The concept of talaq, divorce, in family law, Islamic law allows for the dissolution of marriage through the process of talaq. This ensures that all individuals have the right to marry and that marriages are entered into freely and voluntarily. Talaq can be initiated by either party and it must be done in accordance with the principles of fairness and justice. The concept of riba, interest, in commercial law, Islamic law prohibits any form of interest-based transactions, known as riba. This ensures that all transactions are fair and equitable for all parties involved and it encourages fair competition. The concept of zakat, charity, in social justice, Islamic law requires Muslims to give a portion of their wealth to the poor and needy, known as zakat. This ensures that society's needs are met and it promotes the welfare of all members of society. These concepts demonstrate how Islamic law ensures fairness and justice in criminal, civil, family, commercial, and social matters. The principles of fairness and justice are upheld in all aspects of the law, and they guide the interpretation and application of the law, ensuring that all individuals are treated fairly and justly. These case studies also show how Islamic law promotes the welfare of all members of society and works towards creating a more just and equitable society.